Okay, let's bring in Shoaib Ahamed, who's a political analyst and an adjunct professor at Columbia University. Welcome to you, Professor. Why would you say this is an issue that's brought so many people out onto the streets? Why was this such a big issue and so many people have died? Or is it the loss of life that's making it a bigger issue?
That is correct. It started with a simple quota movement, but the government didn't pay any heed in the beginning, and they wanted to dismiss the protest as nothing. And the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, being the premier of the state, insulted the protester, uh, tagging them into Rajakar or war criminal or anti-nationals. And then the security forces, the police, started shooting and killing people from point blank. In a age of the social media, it was spreading around the country. Everybody is offended. Many of them are even were supporter of the ruling party. They are even now against their own party. And due to the outrage of the quota and then killing the students in front of their eyes, point blank, which Bangladesh have never experienced before, has spread it worldwide. It is not limited to the quota issue anymore. It is more of an issue now.
Why do you think that happened? Why such an overreaction from the security forces, especially if it wasn't something that you typically would see?
We have to keep in mind that the current government, the Army League lead government, is in the power about last 15, 20 years. And last three elections under him that changed the caretaker government, which was responsible for holding the election. They changed the constitution. They dismissed the caretaker government system. Now the ruling party, which is Army League, is holding the elections. And all those last three elections were a sham without any real opposition participating, without any opportunity for the general people to vote. Imagine if somebody who were eligible to vote at their 18, now they're probably over 30, they couldn't vote for a single one. When you don't give people the democratic right to vote and change the government if there are some dissatisfaction, what option you give it to the people? The only option you give is to come out to the street and protest. And when they are protesting, you don't listen to them. You dismiss them. You shoot at them. You kill in front of people. So the anger, the anguish among them just blasted out all in silence right now.
From what you're saying, because Sheikh Hasina has been in power now as Prime Minister for I think it's 15 years, from what you're saying, though, it sounds like this has been brewing for a long time, and potentially, given that, this could escalate.
That is very correct. Yes, she has been in the power for last 15 years. Nobody believes that she has any mandate. Nobody believes that she has any legitimacy. And on top of that, the corruption. You have to consider that in a developing country located in the South Asia, where corruption is one of the main concerns throughout the ages, and now the permanent position of a party in a power for last decade will bring the government official who helped Sheikh Hasina to held all these sham elections, the fake elections, the security forces who helped the current government to keep having this fake election, also engage in a huge scale of the corruption. According to Sheikh Hasina herself, her tiny servant-like peon is owning more than 400 core local currencies. So if that is a scenario of a very tiny employee, what about the ministers? What about the MPs? What about she and her family? These are the questions boiling among the people who cannot buy their groceries. The groceries price has been double and triple. Who cannot buy their fuel because the fuel price has been double and triple, and there is no employment. Now you also reinstate the quota system and telling them that you cannot even get this handful amount of government job because 50%, over 50% of them are allocated to certain amount of people via the quota. It is a huge dissatisfaction. It is a huge frustration for the people, and all of this now boiling into a one part, and that's why we're seeing a large casualty, large anger, people coming up out of the street and demanding the government needs to step down. It's not the quota anymore. It's even the reform of the whole nation and the system that is corrupt.
We're hearing the thoughts of Shoaib Ahamed, who is an adjunct professor at Columbia University. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.